Hello, hello, hello. Welcome again for our little discussion. Today, I want to talk about the historic collapse of the home team during round one of the NBA playoffs. Now, I've been an NBA fan way back since Michael Jordan made that historic move with his hands in the games of the NBA Finals. I believe it was 1991-92 season. I think. I'm not sure. But anyway, it was that historic season where Jordan got his first championship, where he played against the legendary Magic Irvin Johnson. So I've been an NBA fan for you can say for nearly 30 years. I've been watching the NBA playoffs ever since then. This year, I don't ever recall a year like this where so many, how should I say it, top tier teams, like for example, 1 versus 8, 2 versus 7. You get my point. Where the top team has lost game 1. I have never seen such a thing. I think in this 2019 NBA playoff season, at least 3 teams who had the better record, yes, they definitely had the better record during the regular seasons, have dropped game 1. Does this mean that the NBA teams are on parity with each other? Is the NBA now undergoing a slight paradigm shift where it is possible for the home team to lose to the inferior team? But I must say this, my good people. When I was watching the NBA during that Magic Johnson versus Jordan regime, the NBA round 1 playoffs was only 5 games long. So it put a lot of pressure on, realistically, both teams. Both teams. If today's teams was back in the 90s, the 80s, early 2000s, the team that lost would be in a huge hole. The winning team, their victory would have been announced on every news channel that at least 3 teams in the NBA has dropped game 1. Now that would have been a huge publicity boost for the NBA, because that would bring more attention to its league that those teams defeated the home team. So it would have been a good campaign for the NBA to garner attention from the public worldwide. Yes, I must say worldwide, because as far as I know, the NBA now is an international sport. So, as I said earlier, at least 3 teams, winning teams, has dropped the game 1 playoff series to the alleged inferior team. But I do think the 7 games series has made the first round of the NBA playoffs more comfortable. The teams don't have to go in there tight anymore like they once did for best of 5. Both teams can play loose. And since 1 is playing against 8, 2 playing against 7, it's just like the NCAA basketball tournament. There have been times where a 1 has lost to an 8. In the NCAA regime, there's no big super discrepancy between a 1 and an 8. compared to 1-16. A number 8 seed team is still close to that number 1 team. So in a way, it is possible for a number 8 to defeat a number 1. And it happened many times before. The only thing that's unusual now that 3 teams, winning teams, have dropped the opening game, which is something that I have never seen before. But if you study NBA history, a number 8 seed team has beat a number 1 team in a whole series. Like, for instance, the historic collapse of the, I believe it was 1990s, Seattle Supersonics to the Denver Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets beat the whole Seattle team. The number 8 seed Denver beat the number 1 team. And if you know about Charles Barkley and his Phoenix Suns, I remember back there in 1993, Charles Barkley in his first winning season in the playoffs, his Phoenix Suns lost game 1. But luckily for Sir Charles, he and his team regained their composure and eventually won a series. So, it may not be no big deal that the number 1 teams lost game 1 because they can regain their composure and turn a series around and win. And I do remember watching one of the series where a team that's accustomed to shooting 3-pointers, they only shot 2 for 18. So, their lack of shooting 3-pointers helped them to lose that game. I forgot the team. So give me your comments, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. What do you all think about this historic interval in the NBA where a number of number 8 seeds has upset the number 1 seed? If this was college basketball, those number 1 seeds would have been out. Then there would have been a chance for a number 8 seed to win the championship. But unfortunately, that's the NBA, where they have to play a number of rounds to determine who the true winner is. So like I stated earlier, please give me your comments on what you think about this historic event of at least 3 8 seeds beating the number 1 seed in the opening round. If you like what I'm talking about, please give me a thumbs up. You can share my post on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever, on any social media outlet. So please leave a comment, give me a thumbs up. You all have a wonderful day, and keep watching those NBA playoff games that so far has a lot of intrigue to them. Take care. Have a wonderful day. Peace.